decided that I was going to talk through the magic line lesson. And I'm just going to talk over myself while I am drawing it. I'm actually sitting with a friend after school and I'm showing them how to draw a magic line picture. So, as you can see, the first thing we do is a magic line. And then this little friend decided that they wanted to create a day at the park. That's very typical for kids. And so, what I teach them about the magic line is what the magic line cuts your paper into like the floor or the grass and the sky or the wall, right? So if it's outside, then the top of the line is the sky. And the bottom of the line is the grass. If it's inside, then the top is the wall. The bottom is the floor. So you need to color those things appropriately. And we talk about how some things can cross the magic line. So you can see I'm drawing a slide there that crosses the magic line, and that's okay because it's going to look like it's sitting on the floor, right? And I'm not going to waste too much time talking about how bad my drawings are. You'll just have to deal with that. But you can see, so I teach the kids that they need to draw everything that they want to put in the picture first before they color it. Even though I put that yellow sun up there, let's just ignore that. And actually, I think I do quite a bit of this video out of order. Typically, when I'm teaching my kids to do it, I'm like, draw everything you can first. Okay, your people need to look like people. None of those little like circle with the lines shooting out of them. So I teach them how to draw people. And then I ask them to use a neutral color to get everything they want on the paper. Now, this is important. I tell them to make sure they put as many things as they can on the top and the bottom of the picture. Here is why. If they do not put very many things on the bottom, for example, or the top, then they're going to have to color in so much of the floor, and they're not going to want to do that. So you can see here, I've got a lot of grass to color in, but I put a slide, a swing set, people, that sort of thing. And so, also, like typically I would have had them color the slide, the people, and the ball first, and then we would have went with green. But I think as I was talking with this student, he wanted to do it a little differently, so that was fine. But like, look at my sky, for example. Like, I should probably throw a tree in there because right now I have a lot of blue ahead of me, right? Like, that's going to take forever. So I tell my students to put, some nice big fluffy clouds in the sky. Of course, the sun. If I would have started below the magic line and drew up and created a couple of green or brown tree trunks and then some green tops, that would have taken away even more of my white space up top so that I wouldn't have had to fill in so much with the blue crayon. But for all intents and purposes, this gets the job done. So you can see I will quickly, and this is one more thing that I teach the kids to do. I actually teach them how to use pincher fingers, and when they are doing their filling in, I don't want them to do it heavy and dark because it will hurt their poor little hands. So I show them how to hold the crayon like, softly and to try to get big broad strokes and to fill it in because we don't want any white space because then the pictures won't look for star. And that's a lesson too. Sometimes I teach them to trace around the clouds or the sun. We do daytime pictures, and then we do nighttime pictures. So I've actually been doing this whole group because right now in my class we are launching and we're just practicing the chant. So there's not a lot of real instruction. They're just making books, which is totally fine. But my mini lesson lately has been like how to draw a person. Okay, let's draw a person. I put on a YouTube video. Okay, now let's draw the way they taught us to draw. But lately we've been doing magic line pictures, and every day there's a different spin on it. So that means one day we might have been doing pictures that were, you can see I'm showing my friend. Like, that's how a lot of their books look at this point of the year. So the magic line lesson takes everything. But one day we do like a daytime picture, and then the next day we might do a nighttime picture, then we might do an indoor picture, and we talk about how the magic line can basically make any picture that they want to make a whole lot of sense. I'll show a few more examples. So here you can see, it's basically the same picture I drew, but I threw a sidewalk in there. There's the tree I was kind of talking about. I did this in front of the class. And then the next day we decided to do a nighttime picture. So in front of the class, I drew the magic line and we did it. And then I believe I have some examples of, yeah, those are just some student examples. So you can see the magic line can get fancy, right? It can go like on a diagonal, straight across, high up on the paper, low down on the paper. Lots of different things that are possible